Hey there, and welcome. So today, we're going to talk about something, well, something pretty much all of us have been through. That's right, the language of heartbreak. It's kind of weird, right? How predictable it all is. We're going to get into that whole unwritten script, from the very first clues something's wrong, all the way to the words of comfort at the end.
I mean, seriously, why do they all sound the same? It's such a weird thing, right? Doesn't matter if you're the one hearing the words or the one saying them, it just feels like everyone's pulling lines from the exact same playbook. So yeah, let's dive in and figure this out.
Okay, so here's the thing. It almost never starts with that huge, dramatic, we need to talk moment. Nope, usually it's way more subtle. It starts with something really small, a little shift, like a sudden change of plans that just feels off.
And it's usually a phrase just like this one, you know the feeling. Just last week, you were looking at flights together, and now, all of a sudden, they don't want to go out tonight. On its own, it sounds so innocent. But that's the phrase, isn't it? The one that makes your stomach drop, and you just think, hold on, what is happening?
And see, this is where it gets tricky, because context is everything. To pass on something is normally just a polite way of saying no thanks. But when things in a relationship already feel a little rocky, yeah, that polite no can feel like the soft launch for some really bad news. It's that first step of pulling away.
Which brings us to the main event, the actual conversation. This is where you get all those classic lines, the ones we've all heard a million times. Let's start breaking them down, shall we?
And here it is, one of the all-time heavy hitters. I need space. Ugh, it's so vague, right? It's confusing, and it just instantly makes you feel like, what did I do? What went wrong?
And that's the thing about needing space. It could mean, well, anything. It could mean I just need a quiet night to myself, or it could mean I'm done with this relationship. And that's exactly why it's so popular and so frustrating. It's a way to create that distance without having to be upfront and have that really hard, direct conversation.
Okay, so if needing space is the vague one, this one feels so final. It's like we're not talking about problems we can fix anymore. This one is about destiny, about fate.
And that's why this phrase hits so hard. This idea of the one. It's this huge romantic concept of finding your perfect person for life. So when somebody tells you that you're not that person, they're basically shutting the door on any kind of future. It's like game over, total shutdown of any hope you might have had. So if you're sitting there nodding along and all of this sounds painfully familiar, trust me, you are not alone. There's actually a word for these kinds of phrases that we hear over and over and over again. Yep, that word is cliché. And breakup clichés are so popular because, let's be honest, they feel like an easier way to give someone really bad news. It's a way to soften the blow. But the problem is, like the definition says, it can feel kind of dishonest because you're not really saying what you mean.
And here they are, the Breakup Hall of Fame, the greatest hits. It really is like a checklist for heartbreak, isn't it? When you see them all laid out like this, you realize how unoriginal these moments can be. So why do we all use them? Well, I think it's simple. Breaking up sucks, and having a script just makes it a little bit easier.
Okay, this gets right to the point. What's said versus what's actually meant. A cliché isn't really about the words, it's about what's hiding underneath. I need some space is pretty much code for I want to be single. And the biggest one of all, it's not you, it's me. Oh yeah, that usually means it's definitely you, but I really don't want to get into it. But look, the breakup itself, that's only half the story. The other half is all about your support system, right? The friends who help you through it. And, you guessed it, they've got their own script too. This is usually the very first thing your best friend says. It's not about digging into the details of what went wrong. Not yet. It's all about building you back up. It's them saying, hey, you're awesome and you're valuable. And that's the whole idea behind it. What your friend is really telling you is that you've earned something better. A better partner, better treatment, just better. It's such a smart way to get you to stop looking at what you lost and start thinking about what you should be looking for next. Ah yes, the other classic. But this one's a good cliché. After your friend has pumped you up and reminded you how great you are, the next step is to give you a little hope, a little perspective. And that's really all it is. It's a simple idea, right? The ocean is huge, it's full of fish. The world is huge, it's full of people. All your friend is trying to do is get you to see past this one person and look out at the ocean of possibilities out there for you.
All right, so you've heard all the breakup lines. You've gotten all the support from your friends, but the real turning point, the moment you actually start moving on, that has to come from you. It's a choice you have to make.
And this is that moment. This is the big turning point. It's when you finally hear what your friend is saying and you decide, you know what, moping around isn't helping me anymore. It sounds like a simple sentence, but it represents a massive shift in your mindset.
I mean, we've all been there, right? Sulking. That's the sweatpants and ice cream phase. It's a totally normal, even necessary part of getting through the hurt. But the key word is temporary. The moment you decide to stop sulking, that's the moment you decide to get back out there.
And this really breaks it down perfectly. Moving on isn't one giant jump. It's just a few small, totally doable steps. You let yourself feel the pain. You accept help from your friends. You make that decision to stop sulking. And then you just take one tiny step forward. Maybe it's just going out for one night. And that's it. That's how it starts.
So when you look at all this, all the scripts, all the cliches, it kind of leaves you with one big question, doesn't it? We use all these phrases because they're easier, but they also cause a lot of confusion and hurt. So is there a better way? A more honest way to say goodbye? Definitely something to think about.